Donald Trump was given a propaganda town hall last night on Fox News, hosted by Sean Hannity. Twice, Sean Hannity asked Trump, "You're not going to do the things they're saying you're going to do, are you? You're not going to weaponize the DOJ. You're not going to become a de facto political dictator, are you?" And 2 times, Donald Trump refused to say no and actually said, "I kind of am on some issues." This is unbelievable. This was in Iowa. This was Trump and Sean Hannity. Here is the first attempt at this question. Hannity asks Trump, "Do you plan to become a dictator? Do you plan to do the things that they're saying you're planning to do?" By the way, the reason we're saying Trump plans to do this stuff is because Trump has said he plans to do this stuff. Trump doesn't say no, and he tries to change the topic. Take a look at this.
They want to call you a dictator. You use the words, "I am your retribution." And now before that, you said if you've been wronged, and you used other words as well. But I want to be very, very clear on this. To be clear,
Please.
Do you in any way have any plans whatsoever, if reelected president, to abuse power, to break the law, to use the government to go after people?
You mean like they're using right now? So, in the history of our country, what's happened to us, again.
So first, Trump responds indicating if he did plan to do that, it would be justified because they're doing it to him. And then now he changes the subject.
Has never happened before. Over nonsense, over nothing, made up charges. I often say Al Capone, he was one of the greatest of all time, if you like criminals. He was a mob boss, the likes of which Scarface, they call him. And he got indicted once. I got indicted 4 times. I wonder what my father and mother would say looking down.
Yeah.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
So this is trouble for Hannity. If you're trying to help Trump and you go, "You're not going to do any of this stuff, right?" And Trump goes, "Well, I'd certainly be justified in doing it. And I'm also not going to deny that it's what I would do." Hannity panics. So he goes back to the exact same thing. And he says, "Let me just bring this up again. You're not going to abuse power, are you?" And Trump goes, "Actually, yes, I am." Now, Trump is so confused, he doesn't even really know what he's talking about. But Trump goes, "There are some ways on day one which I will abuse power, yeah."
We almost have to go to a break. I want to go back to this one issue, though, because the media has been focused on this and attacking you.
Yeah.
Under no circumstances, you are promising America tonight, you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
Except
Look,
what?
he's going crazy. Except for day one.
Meaning?
I want to close the border and I want to drill.
That's
drill,
not
drill.
that's not retribution.
I'm gonna be, he keeps, we love this guy. He says, "You're not gonna be a dictator, are you?" I said, no, other than day one. We're closing the border and we're drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator.
So that sounds to me like you're going back to the policies when you were president. All right,
exactly.
Take a break, just getting started. We're in beautiful Davenport, Iowa. Donald.
So this is such a mix of confusion, stupidity, propaganda, and also dictatorial fantasies. Trump maybe doesn't understand that just saying "I want to change border policy" doesn't necessarily make you a dictator. But Trump is saying, "I'm certainly willing to do things that I view as being dictatorial." And Hannity panics and goes, "Oh, no. But that stuff wouldn't actually be dictatorial." This is a mess. This is a disgusting and confused mess. And on the other hand, we can reelect Joe Biden and things will just continue being pretty normal. Oh, he's old. All right. But plenty of people around him aren't old and they are doing a perfectly reasonable and fine job. Or you have this. Yes, on day one, I am going to kind of be a dictator. We can't say, whatever happens in 11 months, we can't say that we sleptwalked into dictatorship when Trump is telling us again and again and again that this is what he's going to do. Couple other moments I want to play for you from this completely delusional event. Here's Trump saying Iowa should have the first primary because Iowa is perfectly representative of the United States. It happens not to be, but here's what Trump said about it.
I kept you first in the nation. You know that. I was the one. Nobody else. I kept you first. There was a big move, Sean. to move Iowa into the middle or to the back of the pack because they don't know if it represents this country. I said, Iowa represents this country more than any place, and it also represents tradition. When you think of Iowa, you think of farms and you think of politics.
So Trump is sucking up to Iowans because he's in Iowa and he wants to do well in Iowa. It's very unrepresentative. If you look at Iowa, and we've talked about this before, we've had discussions of why is Iowa first? Should it be first? It's certainly not representative. Iowa is dramatically less diverse racially than the country. It's overwhelmingly white, much more white than the country. Iowa's economy is very much unrepresentative of the country. Iowa's economy relies overwhelmingly on agriculture, but not even any agriculture. It relies overwhelmingly on corn and soybeans. We're going to say the representative state is an almost all white state that depends on two crops. That's the representative state for the primary. It's way more rural in terms of rural versus urban split than the entire country. It's way more conservative culturally. In some ways, Iowa is considered a swing state, but culturally, it is significantly more conservative than the country at large. In terms of educational attainment, Iowa's educational attainment is significantly lower than the country overall. So Iowa is really not representative at all. Many of us who have been saying there's no particular reason for Iowa to go first have been making exactly this case. So Trump is merely sucking up to Iowans. And then lastly, here is Trump again, trying to suggest that when he has his cognitive gaffes and says, oh, Obama's the president, or we're going to end up in World War II, or whatever, he says he's being sarcastic. I don't think Trump knows what sarcasm is based on what he says here. Take a look at this.
Our rallies. And then I'll say, our real president is Barack Hussein Obama. They'll say, he doesn't know who the president is. He thinks it's Barack Hussein. No, I'm being sarcastic.
What's the sarcasm? What's the sarcasm? And I know Trump after the fact has said, no, the reason I say that Obama's president, right, is because I think he's really who's in charge. It doesn't pass the sniff test if you look at any of the half a dozen times over the last couple months that Trump has said that Obama is president. So a town hall, it was supposed to be easy. It was supposed to be a gimme for Trump, and it went disastrously wrong. He knows he's cornered, and it led him to release the following video. One of our sponsors today is Manscaped. They make excellent products. You've got the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. This is Manscaped's 5th generation body trimmer and groin trimmer. You've got 2 next-gen blade heads, your standard trimmer blade for taking off a little bit of hair, the foil blade for taking off a bunch of hair. All of Manscaped's devices are waterproof and perfect for the shower. You'll also want to pick up Manscaped's Crop Soother Aftershave Lotion and Crop Preserver Anti-Chafe Deodorant. Whether you're shopping for yourself, maybe there's a guy in your life, Manscaped offers the perfect bundle with everything. The Performance Package 5.0 Ultra includes the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra Groin Trimmer, the Weed Whacker 2.0 Ear and Nose Trimmer, Manscaped's liquid formulations, and 2 free gifts, Manscaped's Boxers 2.0 premium underwear with moisture wicking technology, and the Shed 2.0 toiletry bag. I have all of this stuff at home. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code PACMAN at manscaped.com. The link is down below.